Today we're going to start a two-point perspective city. Two-point perspective city is a lot like the two-point perspective boxes. Your city can be a conventional city or it can be unconventional. You could have floating buildings. You can really use your imagination, do something really creative. The first choice that you'll have is where to put your eye level line. If you have it right across the middle, you'll be looking up at the buildings, down at the buildings. If you have it towards the bottom of your paper, like maybe 3 inches up, the buildings will look taller. And then if you decide you want it really high, you'll be looking down on the tops of the buildings. Most students like to put their eye level line maybe about 4 or 5 inches up from the bottom. And that's what I'm going to do for this one. But you don't have to do that. You could put it in a different spot. Okay, so I'm going to put it pretty low towards the bottom. Eye level line going all the way across the paper. Make sure that you put your vanishing points as far apart as you possibly can from each other. So I've got one way over here and way over the other edge of the paper. You always want to start by drawing the closest building first. And if you want to, you could draw a couple of lines to represent a street in front of it so you kind of can orient yourself to where it is. So I'm going to start by just drawing a street corner. And basically this is just a couple of lines angling from each vanishing point. So this would be one side of my street coming this way. This is optional. You don't have to do this. What you do need to have is 5 buildings and lots of details on your buildings. So I'm just going to say that this is a street right here with an intersection right in front. When you're drawing a building in two-point perspective, what's the first line that you draw? Which part of the building?
Corner.
Which corner? Closest corner. So I'm going to start with the vertical line. Because it's the closest, it's going to go lower in the scene than anything else. So I'm going to take it all the way down, almost to my street, and then stop. So that's the front corner of my closest building. When you draw two-point perspective boxes, then you draw lines from there, top and the bottom, to each vanishing point. I'm not going to draw these lines all the way back. I'm just going to draw a little ways and stop. This is the left side of the building, so I'm drawing to the left vanishing point. Okay, now I'm going to draw the back edge of this building, another straight up and down line. So I have the left side of the building drawn. Now I'm going to move to the right side. The right side angles to the right vanishing point. I'm just going to go a short ways and stop. That ended up being a little bit longer. From the bottom to the right vanishing point, a little ways up and stop. And then the back edge of the building. All I've done is to draw a box in two-point perspective. So you can do some creative things with your buildings, and in fact, to get the highest grade on this assignment, you need to do something more creative than just straight up and down boxes. So I'm going to show you a couple of other things that you could try out. One thing that's kind of fun to do is stacking boxes. So I might try building right through here where I think of it as a series of stacking boxes that are then connected together. I'm just going to very lightly draw in a front vertical part for this one. So there's the front corner of my stacking box building. Next up, I'm going to draw a series of lines towards my vanishing point. We'll start with one from the top, just down a little ways. Okay, I think I'll take my first box to here. So we'll go like that. And then I think I'll just do a couple more. Next time in class, I'm going to show you guys how to do windows. So hold off on windows. If you can just get some basic building shapes drawn today, that would be fantastic. For the back edge, I'm just kind of mass filling these in. I'm going to do 3 stacking boxes. So one there, then one there. So that's the left side. And here's the right side. Also, in a little while, I'm going to put out examples of cities that other students have drawn so you can get some ideas. You're welcome to steal ideas that you see on the other drawings and just, try different combinations, try some things out that they tried out, and then come out with your own ideas as well would be great. How many of you missed the demonstration last time on drawing 2-point perspective boxes? You were gone last time. 2, 3, 4 people. Okay. I recorded it, and it's on my website, so you can look that up and watch it if you'd like to. You can watch it during class time if you really want to on this computer over here. Just see me about that. Okay, so I'm going to imagine that these are parts of a building, and then maybe they have a center pole holding the whole thing up. I can see the bottom of this section, though, so I have a couple more lines to draw. When a box is above your eye level line, how do you draw the bottom of it? Does anybody remember? Yes? You crisscross, yeah. So you're going to have a line from this corner, right corner to the left vanishing point. Oops, right there. And the left corner to the right vanishing point. And then the place where they crisscross each other, that's the back edge. And it looks like I need to take that one just a little bit further to match it up, to crisscross it. Okay. I also would see a little bit of this one, and this is so close to my eye level line that that could be kind of a problem. I'm just going to draw the bottom kind of disappearing down into this shape, and then over here disappearing on the other side. You can see that this is kind of a problem-solving exercise. I can't tell you every single thing that you might come up against, but you can try a few things out. And I think I want to just put in some kind of center pole. Maybe it's a round pole right in the middle that holds everything up. So this is one side of the pole, and I'm going to have it appear just right down there. And then the other side of the pole over here. Because this is a round shape, it's going to look like an oval where it would fit into the top right there. This is flatter because it's closer to my eye level line. There's one thing that I don't want you to do as you are building your buildings, and that is to have your building stop right at the eye level line. So don't do this. Don't draw your building and have it stop right there at the eye level line. Please take it a little bit further down below your eye level line like that. Remember that if this building is behind this one, then the bottom corner needs to be higher than this one. If this one comes out lower, that makes it in front. That means it's closer to you. So just keep that in mind as you're working with the buildings. You can have them overlap each other. So I can have this building disappear behind this building if I want to. Overlapping is okay. So your assignment today is to draw 5 building shapes. You could also have a building up in the air. So you could have a building floating up here that isn't even attached to the ground if you want. You can have floating buildings. It can be from, what's that planet where Avatar was made? Maybe it's on one of those floating rocks or something. That's just fine. So have some fun. Be creative. More credit for more complex buildings. Draw 5 buildings.